Residents of Appiate were grappling with how they would get back on their feet after the deadly explosion that claimed over 13 lives, when they had another problem on their hands. The over 50 persons who were displaced by the Appiate explosion have once again had their lives disrupted, this time by a downpour on Friday.
In Serbia, a sunny 30 minutes ago, Appiate relief camp penny behe tent akasiye beye enum ne nketewa beye 9 ne others beye nsia binom die nsuo no ama sokra na ohwe machi a uhu se nsuo na ama so tisisi ame no kase na chese nsuo na ye twen nti ama ye bo saa dan kokuro yisini ehu behia se yebetum bikan tentempa na se ne kapentafo no wahi omu wahi omutum bikamra nyenhyase modan nsu nyenhyase mfa abatan ne maamefo nko saa dan no nye saa se die nsu yi mutum na yi onu se efirichina de kone na mutum na nsu beto a se mfa sonye.
The Appiate Reconstruction Implementation Team has begun refurbishing 40 buildings owned by Future Global Resources Limited at Odumase to temporarily house the victims. This may be progressive, but it is temporary. The big question has to do with when the government is moving to site to begin work on the reconstruction of the Appiate community.
Putting up a building is not a one-day job. And especially when you are going to put up a whole complete township. What it entails is for you to have a local planning scheme. Aside that too, the local planning scheme, after it being drawn and approved by the requisite planning authorities, would have to be interpreted on the ground. Then you have the roads people coming in to also do the road layout. That will give you the layout finally on the ground of the planning scheme. All this entails planning to get to that point. We have been working, I'll say, around the clock to ensure that we are able to do that at the best possible time. Where we've reached on a normal situation, these things will take you a year to plan such a thing.
The Appiate Support Fund, which was set to mobilize adequate funds to rebuild the community destroyed by the fatal explosion, has so far received over 35 million in donations.
As we speak now, the local planning scheme is ready now. The estimates for the roads too is also ready. We've had consultation with the Ministry of Roads and Highways as to how they can also procure a contractor to move quickly to site to start the road layout. These have been done that leads to the execution.
The chairman of the Appiate Reconstruction Implementation Committee outlines the progress of work so far.
Government is on course as we speak now. Almost 2 weeks ago, we all saw the request for proposals advert that appeared in the Daily Graphic. That is also a very key milestone because that entails everything that you can think of, including all what we intend to do there was in that advert. For your information, as we speak now, there's been several proposals that have been brought forward by building, contracting firms, architectural and design firms. They've all brought their proposals. The good thing is that we'll look through and then come out with prune it down to the best that we think we'll be able to use for this particular project.
The chairman also gave some conditions before stating a May 15 commencement date.
Within 2 weeks from now till 1st of May, we will be able to have selected where we'll be constructing the building. The designs too would also then be out. So hopefully, give or take 15th of May, when already the Ministry of Roads would have been there to do. No, but you work from back to the front. That is it. There are certain things that can be done concurrently, and that is what we are doing now. Yes. At the same time, as the Ministry of Roads is preparing to go, we should also be working on our designs. We should also be working on our bills of quantities to be able to tell you that, look, one building will cost this much. Yes. But we need to do all that before we get there. So hopefully, up to May, middle of May, we should be there. 15th of May, already the Ministry of Roads will be there doing their road design, our road layout. That itself is a very big step, because without that, you can't do anything.
This is good news and a sigh of relief for residents of Appiate. While the clock is ticking, we'll be monitoring the progress of work. I am Kojo Achman reporting for Citi News.